What's up, guys? Sports Mafia back here to tell you why Chris Paul needs to get traded to the New York Knicks. Hope you enjoy. CP3 has been in the NBA for 15 years and is still one of the best point guards in the league. He is a proven veteran and a very well-respected player around the league. He has been on several teams around the league, so he knows what it is like to go from culture to culture. The point guard has a proven track record for bringing a veteran culture to his new teams and improving everybody on the squad. The OKC Thunder weren't even supposed to make the playoffs this season. CP3 has led them to the 5 seed in the already tough Western Conference and has really helped improve the younger players on the team. The Knicks front office knows what CP3 can bring to the team, and they have more than enough assets to trade for him and more than enough cap space to take on his contract. The Knicks have one of the youngest teams in the NBA. Their young core consists of RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Alonzo Trier, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, and Damian Dotson. None of these players surpass the age of 23 and are all before their primes with very promising upsides. The Knicks have a projected top 6 pick in this year's NBA draft, and also have 6 first-round picks in the next 3 drafts to add to this young core. The Knicks have a lot to work with to get this trade done with the Thunder. But the important thing is to not give up too much for just one player. There are several potential trade scenarios that could happen for the Knicks to acquire Chris Paul. In my opinion, all the young players should be in discussion for trade, except for RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. RJ and Mitch are the 2 best players in the young core and both have the brightest future, so they should not be in the trade discussions at all. So let's take a look at some potential trades. One potential trade scenario the Knicks could make for Chris Paul could be to trade Wayne Ellington, Taj Gibson, Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, and 1 or 2 of their young players for Chris Paul. This would allow the Knicks to make some roster space to add some better free agents than they have in the past, and it will allow them not to trade a lot of their young players, which would be very good. Another potential trade could be Reggie Bullock and Frank Ntilikina for Chris Paul. For this to happen, the Knicks would have to decline Bobby Portis' team option, renounce Mo Harkless' bid rights, and waive Taj Gibson, Wayne Ellington, and Elfrid Payton. By doing this, the Knicks create enough cap space to absorb Chris Paul's contract into their existing cap space. This would also leave the Knicks with Dennis Smith Jr., RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Alonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson, Damian Dotson, and Ignas Brazdeikis. The third potential trade could be Reggie Bullock and Kevin Knox for Chris Paul. For this to happen, the Knicks would have to decline Bobby Portis' team option, renounce Mo Harkless' bid rights, and waive Taj Gibson, Wayne Ellington, and Elfrid Payton. By doing this, the Knicks create enough cap space to absorb Chris Paul's contract into their existing cap space. This would also leave the Knicks with Dennis Smith Jr., RJ Barrett, Frank Ntilikina, Alonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson, Damian Dotson, and Ignas Brazdeikis. Before the 2020 NBA season was suspended, the New York Knicks had a 21-45 record, which was 12th in the East. They averaged 105.8 points per game, which was 29th out of 30, and their opponents averaged 112.3 points per game, which was 19th out of 30. That's obviously not very good, and there's much room to improve. In just 63 games played this season, Chris Paul averaged 17.7 points per game, 4.9 rebounds per game, 6.8 assists per game, 1.6 steals per game, 48.9 field goal percentage, 36.2 3-point percentage, and 90.0 free throw percentage. Now these are very good stats for someone who's in their 15th season in the league, and the Knicks could very well benefit from these stats being on their team. The new Knicks president of basketball operations, Leon Rose, is the former agent of Chris Paul, and there are rumors out there speculating that the two want to link back up in New York. The Knicks want to bring in Chris Paul for his veteran presence and to help the young players greatly improve. If CP3 were to come to the Knicks, there are rumors speculating that Carmelo Anthony could possibly come with him too to add another veteran presence to the team. CP3 on the Knicks will give the fans excitement. It will make watching Knicks games fun again, and most importantly, the team would greatly improve and possibly be in the playoffs for the first time in years. The Knicks haven't had an all-star on their team since Carmelo Anthony. Since Melo has left the Knicks, they have had one of the worst records in basketball. They have been on the bottom of the Eastern Conference and nobody takes them seriously. They are the laughingstock of the league and it needs to change. James Dolan is getting criticized more than ever for not putting together a good basketball team. Things need to change and they need to change now. This is why the Knicks need to trade for Chris Paul right now. If you guys like this video and would like to see more content from Sports Mafia, let me know in the comments on which video you'd like to see next. Could be NFL, NBA, golf, it could be about a specific team you like. Let me know and I'll do the video for you. Thanks, and make sure to subscribe.